Abhaz Aliyev. Do you know the age of the oldest person in the world? According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the Japanese person Masazo Nonaka, who recently celebrated his 112th birthday, set this record. Nevertheless, a man who is even older lives in Russia. Abhaz Aliyev is an amazing long liver. He is 122 years old. He lives in a village in the Republic of Ingushetia in Russia. He was born in the 19th century. The official year of his birth is 1896. Abhaz Aliyev is the last living person from the 19th century. He has 8 children, 60 grandchildren, and many great-grandchildren. The man's relatives say that he feels embarrassed about his age, thinking that people will consider him a deceiver. However, the facts speak for themselves. Abhaz Aliyev is the oldest man in the world, and the relatives of this long liver are going to register his record officially. Benny and Jackson Harlem. The duet of Harlems from New York is one of the most extraordinary ones. They are father and daughter. They work as models and sing their own songs. They are amazing performers and they always surprise their fans. However, they are famous not only for their talent. Benny Harlem is in the Guinness Book of World Records because of his unusual appearance. The height of his hairstyle is 52 inches. His daughter Jackson also has a magnificent head of hair. When the girl feels embarrassed about her appearance, her father always supports her. The Harlem family often upload their photos to social networks, and their pictures become viral at an incredible speed. Valerie Smagli. What is the dream of every woman? Long eyelashes. There is a person whose eyelashes are 1.2 inches long. Cool, isn't it? It may seem strange, but this record belongs to a man. His name is Valerie Smagli. But he tells nobody the reason of his success. He keeps it a secret. Valerie only tells about special food and care. Having set this world record, the man immediately got rid of this kind of beauty. He says that long eyelashes are a real nightmare. They cause a lot of discomfort. They constantly get in his eyes and prevent him from sleeping normally. Nevertheless, women are still trying to find out his secret of growing eyelashes and do not leave him alone. Sarwan Singh. Can you imagine a beard at 6.56 feet and 19.29 inches long? The Indian-Canadian Sarwan Singh managed to grow such a beard, and it is an absolute world record. The man tells that he has never used creams or other nutrients that stimulate the growth of hair. The beard grew itself, and Sarwan considers it a gift of heaven. Charles Osborne. The next record is not about appearance. It is even more interesting. A man, Charles Osborne by name, lives in the USA and is famous for an incredible thing. Guess what? He has been hiccuping for 68 years. One day, when he was preparing a large piece of pork for cutting, he unexpectedly fainted. When he came to, he began hiccuping and he could not control it. Nobody could help him to get rid of this unusual disease, and Charles has been hiccuping for 68 years. In spite of his strange illness, Osborne has a wife and children. One day, something happened. When he was celebrating his 95th birthday, he stopped hiccuping. Charles Osborne is one of the most unusual people in the world, and he became one of the Guinness World Records champions. Chanel Tapper. Many men think that all women have long tongues as they are talking too much, especially on the phone with their friends discussing the latest news. Here, the expression long tongue is used in a figurative sense, but for Chanel Tapper, it is the real thing. Chanel has the longest tongue in the world. Her tongue is 3.94 inches long. The first time she noticed her long tongue was at the age of 8. She was posing before a camera and she found it funny to stick out her tongue. Her mother saw that the girl's tongue was 2 times longer than a tongue of an ordinary person. The girl is very proud of this unusual thing, and from time to time she surprises her friends by reaching her nose by the tip of her tongue easily. Anita Florczyk. Sports is an important part of life for many people. Anita Florczyk from Poland is famous for a very unusual sport for a woman, and she became the best in it. Anita does weightlifting. She is an absolute champion in powerlifting among women, having a triathlon some 1,102.31 pounds. Anita also managed to become famous for other outstanding achievements. For example, she can twist 5 pans into a tube in only a minute. This unusual woman can lift 12 adult men over her head and hold them for 2 minutes. The girl is not going to stop, and she wants to continue surprising her fans by her unusual sports achievements. Irene Sewell. Our next story is about an American dancer from the state of Tennessee. Her name is Irene Sewell. She is famous not only for her perfect performance of dance steps, she set the world record in the marathon in high-heeled shoes. Irene ran the distance of 26 miles in high-heeled shoes with a height of 3.15 inches for 7 hours and 46 minutes. Having finished her unusual marathon, the champion gave her warm thanks to her friends for their support and to sunny weather for her excellent tan. Kay Underwood. Sometimes a person who is different from other people faces incredible difficulties in their life. Unfortunately, some people are not comfortable with what makes them different. One of these girls is Kay Underwood. She is the only person in the world who cannot laugh for medical reasons. If someone makes her laugh, she immediately falls down to the floor because her muscles unexpectedly relax. Kay can quickly fall asleep even when she does not want to sleep at all. When she was a little girl, her brother scared her and she fainted. After that, she cannot laugh anymore. Every time she begins laughing, her muscles relax for no reason and she falls down. Scientists and doctors tried to help her several times, but all their efforts had no result. The man with the biggest ears. A person with big ears is called a nobleman in Mongolia. Look at this amazing old man. He seems noble, doesn't he? This photo was taken in Mongolia. Unfortunately, there is almost no information about this person on the internet. But if he decides to tell the world about his ears, he will be in the Guinness Book of World Records for sure. Felix Zemdegs. Our next world champion is Felix Zemdegs. He is 23 years old and he lives in Australia. Felix is an absolute world champion in doing various puzzles, including the famous Rubik's Cube. Nowadays, the record in this area belongs to him. It is remarkable. He solved a 3x3 cube in less than 5 seconds. His hard work and constant training made him very skillful. For 10 years, Felix has been devoting at least 1 hour a day to his interesting hobby. Now, the champion regularly participates in competitions and demonstrates his phenomenal abilities to viewers and judges.